Shadow of darkness. The darkness of the night had completely covered the village. The branches of old trees were swaying in the strong wind, as if someone was telling a secret to someone in the ears. There was an old mansion on the border of the village, which, despite being populated, was an example of loneliness and fear. It was said that someone's soul was roaming in that mansion. Mujahid, a fresh young man who had come from the city to the village to meet his grandfather, did not believe this story. He decided that he would experience this mansion himself. The villagers loved him a lot, but Mujahid was a stubborn boy. One moonlit night, when everyone was asleep, Mujahid started walking towards the Haveli with his torch. The door was closed with chains, but the strange thing was that as soon as he touched it, the door opened automatically. There was complete silence inside. Only the sound of the wind was heard. As soon as he stepped inside the Haveli, he felt as if someone was watching him. Old pictures were hanging on the doors, in which people were looking in a strange way. Suddenly a picture fell down and Mujahid's heart started pounding. But he kept his courage up and went inside. Suddenly a soft weeping voice was heard from a room. Mujahid lifted the torch and slowly went towards that room. The door was old, but someone's breathing sound was coming from inside. He slowly pushed the door open. Inside, a woman was sitting on a chair, whose long black hair was scattered on her face. "Who are you?" Mujahid gathered courage and asked. The woman slowly raised her head. Her eyes were red and her face was blue, as if a corpse was old. Suddenly she shook her hands, and a trembling voice came out. "I have been trapped here. Help me." Mujahid's body shivered. He started to move back, but then he felt as if someone had caught hold of his shoulder. He immediately looked behind, but there was no one there. But by then he understood that he was not the only one in this room. Suddenly voices started echoing in the whole hall. Handprints started appearing on the walls, and the wind started blowing faster. Mujahid dropped the torch and tried to run out, but the door was closed. The same woman was laughing loudly from behind. Her laughter was completely different from any human voice, like a centuries-old laugh. Mujahid shouted loudly, "Leave me, I should not have come here." A strong blow hit, and everything went dark. In the morning, the villagers found Mujahid lying unconscious at the door of the mansion. When he regained consciousness, he was speechless. He could write only one thing: "No one is alone in the mansion. He is still there."